worked before that actually into foundation specialty kind of construction company where they build like curtain walls for seepage, control, and for contaminated pools or lakes, basically.
So the dam, that wasn't the dam seepage work was sort of an extension after that.
Yeah,
and so
exactly.
you were already familiar with some of that.
Yeah, okay, yeah, that's interesting job because I went. They sent me to this project for 6 months in Wyoming where they have mine spoils, kind of pond area where that spoil like leaking into the river downstream, and so they were like, I worked with this company who wanted to do like for them like cut off wall, in the ground around 60 feet deep to cut off seepage,
Wow.
yeah, from the spoil. So basically that's also another, kind of construction kind
Sure.
of mixture I did. And I used to do a lot of quality control, quality assurance, testing routes, and, all this kind of inspection to make sure that the material is, according to the quality control.
Well, we're probably better off asking what you haven't done than
Yeah, it's really like I work like even like with the bridges, designs, and these kind of things.
Well, very broad knowledge. What brought you to California?
Well, like after I finished that construction company, I finished my also master in Akron U at the time, and then I got the opportunity to join some kind of Middle Eastern geotechnical business in Saudi Arabia. So I worked in Saudi Arabia, Middle East area, like even Jordan, Saudi Arabia. I was traveling in between because the company was, doing projects in both areas. So basically I stayed in that area, in and out like for around 5 years. And then like after that, I felt like, what, this kind of taken me away from the more expertise I'm looking for, to be honest, and challenges. So I asked, start looking for opportunities like back in Ohio or California. And California is like my first option afterward because I was like having family here. Like I have brothers and sisters living in the state since many years. So they told me, why you are going back to Ohio, while here in California you have brothers and sisters, so you can enjoy holidays at least with them, when you have time. So that's what I did to be, I just like, even I was like still connected to a project in Saudi Arabia at the time. So I said like, okay, let me take my vacation time and visit California and, try to find a job within the time I'm here. So, and frankly, like I found a job like within a week. I'm here. Like when I start sending resumes and like I got the call.
Look at your background. Who wouldn't want
so
you
like,
on board?
Yeah, absolutely. Like, I'm, I was happy about that. And also like what worked with me, like at the time, it's Corona start kicking in the Middle East. Before they made restrictions here. So basically I like, okay, let me stay here. It's more, health-wise, more controls, and
Sure.
so and that's the reason I came to California. And then I start to working for the certification in California, where I learned that there's a lot of certification in terms of PG. Even I have PG since the time I have been in Georgia. I have Georgia PG, professional geologist certification, but here they want like to take another step of California CSE exam,
right,
so I can qualify my PG.
Yeah.
So I took that. I worked in that like for couple of years, and then I got it, and then I got into the CEG also. I hope in the future I will get also into the PE and GE thing.
Yeah, no, I hope so too. I mean, it sounds like you're at least what I know of you is that you're a driven individual. So you're probably gonna be successful in the things you set your mind out to. So I wish you the best on that.